I'm alright. Visit here. Okay, it's fine. Just visit.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
What's your name?
Sham.
Mohammed.
Khaya Nakash.
Mohammed.
Okay, Mohammed. Have a good day, eh?
Have a good day.
Ishmael, eh? Ishmael.
Yeah.
No, remember Ishmael, eh? All right. All right, this I'm going to read this since he was here, you know. This is Revelations 1, verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt with about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, man. All right, so it says he has white woolly hair according to the scriptures, man. White in color, woolly in texture, man. All right, there's only one nation on the planet Earth who has white woolly hair, man. All right, and that's how they used to describe our hair back in let's say in the early 90s, man. That's how they used to describe it, as woolly. All right, the so-called black man has woolly hair, man. All right, so let's continue with that. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed down to the foot, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, man. Which means the reds of his eyes were white. I mean, the whites of his eyes were red, excuse me, because he drank wine, and that's a prophecy in Genesis. All right. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, man. All right, so his feet was the color of brass, right? What color is brass? Brass is a brown color. That'll be like a penny or bronze, man. All right, that's like a brownish, goldish color. All right, but it says as if it was burned in a furnace, man, which means that he had very dark skin, man, which would make this image more accurate, much more accurate than that image, man, of Cesare Borgia. All right. So where did you get that image from? That's the question, man. You know, they got that image from Cesare Borgia, which was the son of a pope, Pope Alexander, I believe, who said he was gonna paint his son up as the Lord, man. All right. So that's where that image comes from, man. But these people, they get bugged out, man. They think that's actually the Lord that we have in horns, man. But that's not the Lord. All right, that's the damn devil, man. All right, that's an Edomite, man. That's Cesare Borgia. All right. Let me continue with that. And his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. All right. And he had in his right hand 7 stars. Well, let's go into more let's go into more deep. Let's go into something different. That's not going into the image. All right. But the whole point is this, man, that the Lord was a dark-skinned man, man, according to the Bible, man. All right. The Lord wasn't a so-called white man. You look like Cesare Borgia, man. You look like a so-called Negro, man, according to the Bible. All right. But it's funny though still, because the Ishmaelite, he knew he was Ishmael. He knew he was Ishmael. If you ask an Ishmaelite where you come from, like, you know about Ishmael, they're going to say yes. If you ask a so-called Ethiopian, do you know that your forefather is Cush, the Cushites? They would say yes, man. But if you ask our people, they have no clue, man. They'll say black, they'll say African, which they have nothing to do with that, man. That's not even a nation, man. All right? The Heavenly Father didn't make up the nation of black or the nation of African, man. All right. So our people are lost, man. That's why it's called the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. And that's why we have to wake them up, man. That's why we have to come out here and proclaim this truth, right, through the 4 corners of the earth, so they can be sealed, man. So the elect can be sealed, man. And once the elect is sealed, that's it, man. The winds are gonna come through. Those 4 winds that the angels were holding back, that's gonna come and destroy this place, man. All right. And that's a beautiful thing, man, because that's closer to our salvation, man. All right. The faster that comes, the faster our salvation, man. The faster we get out of this wicked kingdom, man. All right. And where was I? I was at Ezekiel, the 36th chapter and the 5th verse. I was going into the fact that those Amalekites took our land. Just want to get back on that. Right, this is Ezekiel 36 and 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoke against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, all right? Which Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom, man. And we always go into who the Edomites are today, man. The Edomites are the so-called white man today, man. They are the Edomites, man. You see yourself on this nation, bro? You see yourself on this sign, bro? You Latino?
You know, I'm Irish and Italian.
Irish and Italian? Who's Irish?
Huh?
Your father or your mother? Your father?
My mom.
Your mom? And your father's Italian, Southern Italian, or?
Yeah, for sure.
Southern? Yeah. You know what? There's a high chance that you are actually part of this, man. Alright?
Part of what?
Part of this nation, man. Because I don't know if you heard about the Israelites. The
No.
Hebrew Israelites. You ever heard about that?
No.
Because there's been a lie put out here. Okay? There's been a lie that there's certain people on the planet Earth who are Jews. Right? Which the real Jews, according to the Bible, the so-called blacks that Jews are descendants. Okay? So this is God's chosen people. This is who God is coming back to save. Contrary to popular belief.